Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Sleep and Relax ASMR. This episode I am expressing my love for IZOD. You're probably wondering, what is he going on about? Well, if you know me, in my personal life, you know that I am a large individual. I've always been wide, very broad-shouldered and thick-thighed. A very thick-thighed individual. It's like a tongue twister. Try saying that a few times. This has caused difficulty in me finding brands that suit my size. Something that looks stylish, yet comfortable, and wearable. I'm not kidding when I tell you I've probably ripped let's see here, at least 5 pairs of pants. That's how difficult it is to find pants for me. I've ripped maybe 3 or 4 jeans and 1 or 2 dress pants, and I'll get into those stories later. Maybe not. Maybe you're not interested. This episode, I'm talking about the brand that has saved time and money and is my go-to for clothes. And it's not even sponsored by IZOD. My love for them is just genuine. But, I kind of thought about it and I said, well, there are a couple reasons why I'm doing it. Number one, to mix it up. I think one of the goals of the podcast is always to provide, different content, different styles, different focuses of each episode. And I think that provides a large spread of options. That's the way I view this podcast, as sort of like a buffet where you get to, listen to the show and listen to the things that you want to listen to. And number two, I was falling asleep the other day, and it was to this unintentional ASMR video where they were like measuring a suit, and then the next video I saw that really put me to bed was someone doing an explanation of different shoes, the different materials, different settings in which you would wear the shoes and all that. And I thought it was so relaxing that I wanted to try and replicate it almost. And why not provide a little bit of advice to the audience? Because I'm sure there's some of you listening that are afflicted by being a broad-shouldered individual, or your significant other, your brother is, whatever, whomever it may be. So why not chat about it? Keep in mind, everything I'm talking about today will have a link to it on Amazon, which is where I have bought these different products whenever I don't go to JCPenney to buy them. First game changer for me, shorts. I live in a very warm place. I do not have, I was going to say I don't have the luxury of seasons, but really what that means is I do have the luxury of wearing shorts for most of the year. A common problem I have had with shorts is the snugging. And gentlemen, you'll know what I mean. It's that uncomfortable tightness, around your sensitive area when you sit down. And for me, this has always meant I needed to get a size or 2 up, literally just to accommodate my thighs and my groin area. But this has meant that shorts were large around my waist, so it's kind of like pick your poison. You only get one or the other. Typically I wear a size 36 waist, and because of my thighs, I've had to usually upgrade or upsize, what do you call that, to say a size 38 or 40. And this is also to avoid ripping my pants. Part of the reason why I've ripped my pants is because I wear, pants that are good on my waist, not so good on my thighs and my seating area. And I'll, sit down, and then when I get up, I'll notice there's a hole. The most recent embarrassing version of that story was I was actually at a gala, and I felt pretty good. I thought I looked sharp. I was happy, having a great time, and I have a few drinks. Let's qualify it by saying that it's not like I was totally sober, but I had a few drinks, and for some reason I volunteered to get into the back of a three-seater or 3-row SUV. Lo and behold, as I get back to the third row, my pants rip. At that time, I didn't realize it. And then when I get out of the SUV, because we went to a casino, actually, believe it or not, I noticed that I'm sort of like chilly down there. And then I reach down, and it looks like I'm wearing assless chaps. Like, I ripped the seam from the middle of my pants all the way down. And that's when I realized I need something different in my life. I'm not going to continue to worry about ripping my jeans. I've ripped my jeans in class. When I was in university, I went to a class, and as simple as sitting down, stood up, and the seam wasn't ripped so much that I couldn't hide it, on my way back home from the bus and all that. But it's ridiculous. But anyway, my going back to shorts for a little bit, I'll touch on pants later. So my favorite, what sort of converted me to IZOD, and I'm not even sure how I stumbled upon IZOD. I think I just noticed that they were good-looking shorts. I think I saw the reviews that they were accommodating for larger thighed individuals, and I like the colors, and the price was good. I mean, you're not talking about $80 pair of shorts. You're talking about 20, 30, $35 here and there. So the first one are the IZOD men's saltwater flat front shorts. And I have these shorts in 2 colors. Yes, 2 colors. That's how good these shorts are. The first color I purchased was the Federal, and it's sort of like a pair of, blue shorts. They're not navy. They're not, this light blue. They're sort of in the middle, something versatile. And the second color I purchased was High Rise. And what I love about this color is it's kind of unique. It's sort of like a light gray, almost bluish in hue. And I think it's a perfect pair, or it's perfect to pair with a dark polo or a t-shirt. Like a navy blue polo, I think looks really sharp. And again, it's a very interesting color, and one that I think you can dress up a little bit. And I don't recommend going to a gala in it, speaking of galas. But more than any other shorts I have gotten, no kidding, 4 or 5 compliments. I got 4 or 5 compliments from friends and family on the color of these shorts within the first week or two. And that's obviously for me, the first test is it something that I would feel happy, comfortable, look sharp in wearing, because I try to look presentable. To the office I have to wear pants, but for the rest of my life I like wearing shorts, and I don't like wearing basketball shorts. I don't like wearing cargo shorts. I like wearing these sort of flat front sort of chino or whatever you call them, flat front shorts, right? Like dress shorts. Unbelievably comfortable. They have this nice stretch around the waist that accommodates if you have a smaller or larger waist. And what's interesting I find about these shorts is you put them on and, maybe they're snug for just a little bit. But they sort of stretch, they kind of grow on you, and they kind of fit you to your size. And I just find that most shorts, it's the opposite. It's the way the shorts are made or the way that you have to be. If you don't fit into these, if you don't fit into other pairs of shorts, typically they don't accommodate. And what I love about these is they look so sharp, and yet again they sort of will fit you as time goes on. And they're sort of made, I guess, for guys that have, if you're a slim fit short kind of guy, then it's probably not the right fit for you. But these saltwater flat front shorts from IZOD are, in my opinion, really good looking, unbelievably comfortable. And again, I recommend the high rise color, something that's going to be a little bit different, something that you can wear and you don't look like just another guy wearing, khaki or navy blue shorts. Check them out. I'm including a link to them on Amazon. As I mentioned, you can check them out on the show notes. So, and then we move on to pants. I have a hate relationship with pants. I do not like pants. And again, it stems from the idea that typically I've had to, get a size up or two just to accommodate my thighs and my seating area. And so typically it's, either my waist is comfortable but my thighs aren't, or vice versa. And IZOD, again, not to gush too much, has struck, in my opinion, great balance. And my preferred IZOD pants are the men's saltwater flat front chino pant, particularly in the cadet navy. I really, really, really like. So what do I like about these pants? They're stylish, but they're unbelievably comfortable. You touch them and they just feel like comfort. They don't feel like generic chino pants, or chinos, I guess. I'll have to say chinos, that are sort of lifeless. They're sort of thin. No, these are sort of like how do I call it? They're sort of like a dense material, and yet it's so soft on touch. And when you put them on, within a minute, you almost forget that you're wearing them. That's how comfortable they are. And same thing with the IZOD shorts. The saltwater collection, as I understand it from IZOD, they're kind of like their relaxed line. And it's not that their items look relaxed, it's that they're supposed to be stretch. They're supposed to be comfortable. And I find that these pants are no exception. Now, one complaint I do have about these pants, they can get a little baggy, and the pockets are a little bit deep. And if you look at some of the reviews on Amazon, they go as far as to say that. As I scroll down here, there was one example in particular I thought summarized it. The pockets in both front and back of the pants are a little too deep. But then, the next review says, most comfortable pants you will own. I never thought I would do a review on pants, but these pants are unbelievably awesome. And they really are. I think they're really fantastic. They have a 4-star review on Amazon, 182 reviews, 7 questions answered, I should say. Again, I despise pants. I actually ended up only buying these pants because obviously I had such a good experience with the pair of shorts. But I started a part-time gig. This was like a couple years ago at this point. And, I had a regular sort of steady job, and then I had something that I was saying, let me try this out. And basically what happened was, it wasn't even a buddy of mine. It was an acquaintance's friend, believe it or not. So it was like 2 degrees of separation there. We had met at a party, and this guy tells me, hey, you're a personable guy. I think you do well in what I do. And I ask him, what are you in? He says, I do sales. And I'm basically a broker for vacation packages. And I say, okay, tell me more. So the guy starts giving me all these details. And I said, I do have time here and there to maybe contribute. And the things that I found really interesting about this gig was I understood it to be something that you can do part-time. I thought it was something that, you can get paid, and sort of work from home eventually. So I take him up on his offer. Now, I originally buy these IZOD pants because I said, okay, I'm going to go, obviously. Excuse me. I'm obviously going to go in a pair of, pants, slacks, chinos, whatever you will, and a dress-down shirt. I go to the office. It's in downtown. And I walk into utter chaos. There's a guy in a wife beater on the shirt cussing at someone. There's a guy vaping on his female coworker, and they're just giggling, and he grabs her ass. No kidding. She proceeds to whack him in the nuts. It was walking into middle school. I don't even want to call this high school. I go in, I meet the manager, very respectable guy, but not running a very respectable organization. Long story made kind of long because I've probably dragged this out. I go in thinking that this is a, sort of relatively, I think it's a business casual, legitimate operation where, you got people that, are selling vacation packages full time, some that are part-time, because again, this was a commission only thing. That's why I said, what does it hurt me, especially on my days off, to go in and, try to earn a little bit of income, a little bit of extra income, and try to, improve my sales skills, whatever it may be. I was there for 4 days. I couldn't take it. I thought it was just so unorganized. And the thing that really got me annoyed was I had understood that this was something very, you can work at your pace, because since it's commission only, I thought, maybe I can, you're basically just making calls. All it is you're making calls to individuals that have expressed an interest in traveling a certain place, and you try to sell them on a vacation package. And all you need is a phone, and all you need is, aside from that, the software that that his company provides. But it was such a proverbial, it was a clown show in there. There were maybe 10 other people, and the only two people that to me were not totally nuts were this guy that I met at the party and the manager. But getting back to the pants, so that's actually why I bought these pants. That's the story about why I bought these pants. They look great. They feel exceptionally comfortable. Interestingly enough, they can actually get a little bit baggy, but I really recommend, if you are a 36 waist, a 38 waist, I think, you get the size that you really are. And for guys that are larger thighed, you're not going to regret getting them in your size. So, again, the link to these pants are on the show notes as well. Yeah, I really do love these pants. I actually have them in Cadet Navy. Let me check the other color that I have on Amazon. I forget off the top of my head. What is it? I have cedarwood khaki. That's the other one. Yeah, cedarwood khaki. So, a pair of khaki pants. Gray pair of pants. They feel like a different material, but they don't look like a different material. I've noticed that there are some interesting brands that I've considered trying for the future that make shirts and pants made out of different sort of athletic sweat wicking material, and that's okay. But my thing is, online they don't look different, but then when you see them in person or you see a video review of them, you see that in reality the shirts look like they're made of a different material. And really that's not my goal with what I wear. With the things that I wear, what I'm really looking for is comfort, price, and I want them to look like regular, good looking business casual attire or casual attire. And again, a pair of these IZOD men's saltwater flat front chino pants, they can run up, I think mine at my size were like $70, something like that. I think for a decent pair of pants that will probably last you a while. I mean, I've had mine again for a couple of years and they've lasted me well. The color's faded a little bit, but overall really, really great pair of pants. I mean, there are a couple of reviews here that say the exact same thing. One review here, 5-star, Love IZOD. Recently discovered that over the years of walking through stores and trying on men's pants, I had inadvertently purchased 2 or 3 pair of IZOD pants. Suffice to say, in replacing a pair, I made the discovery they are my favorite because they fit. The material is soft, is durable, and overall feel is very nice. Yeah, I agree 100%. I guess I'm gushing over IZOD because I don't know. I like to show appreciation to things that help me out. I mean, I've been a sucker for, other brands that they sell you a really expensive product that in my opinion are inferior. And I don't want to put any other brands on blast, but there are some luxury brands, quote unquote, that sell clothes, in my opinion, that they don't warrant a premium price tag. Last thing I'll talk about, I like their t-shirts. I like their polos. The t-shirt that I recently bought, one of my things is my wardrobe is kind of weird. It's basically I have business casual or business formal attire, and then I have like workout clothes, and I don't really have that much in between. Obviously, the saltwater shorts from IZOD, they help me kind of meet in the middle. Because when I go to the grocery store, I don't want to wear basketball shorts, but I don't want to wear a suit either, obviously. So I tried one of the graphic tees, the IZOD men's saltwater graphic tees. Again, the saltwater line is what they call it. Like they look like sort of like they're comfortable kind of everyday wear line of clothes. Tried the t-shirt and I think it's a good looking shirt. I think it's very comfortable. I think it's at a really good price. My problem with them is the neck hole of these t-shirts are a little bit small. So I would say if you're an individual, if you're a guy or a gal that wants to wear these, and you are not very wide, like if you're not a very broad shouldered person, or if you don't have a very big neck, I think that these are really good looking t-shirts that fit well, that look really nice. They look like perfect casual, like I'm going to go to the grocery store, or I'm going to go to, just have a beer at a buddy's house or whatever. I recommend these t-shirts. Again, I'll include a link to them on Amazon. But I would say if you are as wide shouldered as you are maybe thick thighed, then I wouldn't necessarily recommend these t-shirts. They're a little bit tighter than I would imagine, and their neck hole is a little bit small, so you can almost feel like you're being choked a little bit. Normal sized upper body guy, definitely recommend checking out the saltwater shirts. They're only like $20-$25. They're not very expensive. And if you are a thick thighed, or if you have a big booty male, definitely highly recommended the IZOD men's saltwater shorts and their saltwater chinos. I will also include a link to a couple of other. I've tried their performance line as well. Very good, but a little bit different. That's better for if you're gonna be active. If you're someone that's always on the go, and you want shorts that are stretchy and kind of offer that, then there's a Performance Advantage short that I'll also link to, but they sometimes don't have them available on Amazon. Like, they're limited. Like, they sell out and they don't restock. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you guys want me to review something, if you guys want me to touch on other specific topics, you can always email the show at hello@sleepandrelaxasmr.com. Again, all the links to the items discussed in this episode are included in the show notes. Hopefully, a couple of you are, suffering from my same affliction regarding the thighs and the waist and all that, and, you check them out. Hopefully you like them. And if not, hopefully you guys are asleep by now. Because if you don't suffer from thick thighs, what are you doing? Why are you still up? Go to sleep. This probably couldn't be more boring for you. Thanks as always for listening, and take care.